Yeah, let's start off with the big news. Getting Kuznetsov on waivers. What went into that decision?
I think it's about a fresh start for Kuzi. First of all, I think he's been looking for a change in an environment, and I think this might set the wheels in motion for that to be accomplished.
If he doesn't get claimed, would you send him to Hershey?
I mean, yes, we would. Yeah.
Do you have any thought that he might get claimed? Is there?
I don't know. I mean, we got 24 hours here to see if someone will put a claim in on him.
What's the exact situation? So he's now in the post-care part of the program. What does he have to go through now to actually get back to being able to play in games, either AHL or NHL?
I think he has. I mean, they don't give us the details of the program or the post-care instructions, but I think he has certain things that he has to accomplish within that program, whatever they are, and if he stays in compliance with those restrictions, he gets to play.
Did you speak with him about this?
Spoke with him and his representatives, yes.
And is this something they wanted, or?
No, I don't know that they wanted it. I mean, this is a means to accomplish what they want.
Was there a point where you guys, as a front office, the coaching staff, said we need a fresh start for Getty, that you don't want him kind of being on this team or playing?
Well, I mean, I think we have a history here that's gone on for a while, and I think it's frustrating on both sides. So it's just an opportunity for our side too to start fresh and to try to get him an opportunity to continue his career.
Is there any indication he will report to Hershey if you send him?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him about that.
He's got 1 year left in his contract after this year. If he remains in the organization, would you look at maybe buying out that contract?
I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I mean, right now we have a trade deadline on Friday. So we're looking to see if we can make something happen before then and go from there.
Can you envision him playing here again?
I could, yes. Yeah. I think, I think he's got to get some stuff in his personal life straightened out, and I think playing-wise too. I think he needs to find the level that he's accustomed to playing at, and going down there, working at it, or playing in another organization. I don't know how he finds it, but I think it's important for him.
Tark asked you about the Hershey option. If he were to not be claimed, could you loan him to another AHL club? Is that something that's an option for you guys?
It's an option, I guess. I don't know. We haven't considered. I haven't looked into the options on it yet.
So, Dylan Strome's having a great season. Connor McMichael, Hendrik Lapierre, Alexis Provis has played okay at center. Like, now the increased depth you guys have at center, did that also kind of go into this decision at all, or was this strictly
I think it's just, we've had history together, and, an opportunity for him to have a fresh start, I think, is the main theme of what we're trying to accomplish.
Trade deadline 6 days away. Last night's win, put you guys 4 points behind the Flyers. What are you thinking right now as you approach it?
No, I mean, it's been fun. I mean, to watch our guys. We came out of the break, and I think we've played really well. To watch young guys step up and improve and compete and play well is exciting for our organization. I think we're in the mix. I see the math that it's unlikely, but you could get some help from other teams too. So we have a week left to make some decisions. I think our priority would be the future of our club. I mean, all decisions will be based on. It's not, hey, we're going to go out and rent a guy for the playoffs. We're not in that game. We're here to, look for opportunities to find more young players, add more young players to our roster, and still compete.
So would an ideal situation be similar to like what happened last year, where you were able to acquire another first-round pick and then flip that for a young
That would be
player?
ideal. That would be the type of thing we're looking to do, yes.
The pending UFA guys, obviously, I'm assuming no kind of contract extension talks with those guys. You expect it to move on from Matt Edmondson, Petretti?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we're not going to sit here and just, dump players at the deadline. I think if something makes sense for us, if it's a good trade, and I think it's good value or it helps our organization out, we have to consider it. But just to blindly go in and say we're just getting rid of all these guys, we're not going to do that.
Are you considering if there's some guys who might have interest who will sign beyond this year? Is that something you're open to doing, or?
Of our free agents,
Yeah.
I think we'd wait till the end of the year. I think we want flexibility going into it.
How about
So
the
I'm saying guys that you have signed beyond the season, if someone calls about them, are you open to
I guess I'm always open, yes, for sure.
You have a bunch of RFAs, or 3 of them in particular. Have you started negotiations with it was Sandin, not Farivari, Malmsteen and McMichael?
We've had some conversations with agents, but nothing serious yet.
Okay.
How much does the team's play over the last couple of games specifically impact your strategy? Is there a feeling of wanting to sell less?
No, I think the strategy is the same. But I think we're trying to thread a needle of being competitive and making good trades. And, it might go either way on us, but it's, and I think our trade options are for younger futures type stuff versus older veteran players.
Last year, a lot of the trades happened prior to deadline day. There seems to be a lot of teams in your spot, Philadelphia, Seattle, a bunch of teams where they're not quite sure yet. Do you see that maybe leading to more stuff later in the week, next week? Just because
I think the same amount of conversations seem to be going on. It's just, there's teams on the bubble that haven't really committed either way what they're trying to do, and teams are trying to figure out the complete opportunity set of who's actually available. So I think at the end of the week it becomes more clear.
How challenging a position is that to be in where you're trying to thread the needle like this?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to do, but it's that's the spot we're in. We want to stay competitive, but we also want to incorporate young guys and develop young guys, and we got one eye on the future of our organization. And then we have some older guys that are finishing up careers that we remain respectful to.
Obi's caught fire here lately. When you look at how he's playing right now, and obviously getting to Gretzky's still a big priority for you guys, do you feel like you still need to go out and get him a center who can kind of, make sure that he does get there with 2 years left of his contract?
Yeah, we called on McDavid, but no.
Not available?
Yeah, they said no. No, I like the job Lappy did the last couple games. So, I don't know that there's a perfect center that we could go out and get. I look at the UFA market, I look at the trade market, and the organization's goal is younger too. So it's not, let's get older here. So it's, my hope is our young guys develop into that. Provide that for us, and at the same time we would be looking for opportunities for young centermen that are out there too. That would be the philosophy behind it.
I know you talked to Obi in the past about deadlines and things like that in the direction. Have you had that conversation
Yeah,
with him this year?
I did. Yeah.
He's understanding of what you might do.
No, he's, he's different. Obi wants to win.
Yeah.
He puts pressure on us. I want to win, and which is a good thing.
Right.
I get it, and that's why we will try to remain competitive. And I think we are with our younger players. McMichael, Protas. These guys have played well. Lappy's playing well. Sandin, Marty. That's the path we hope to continue to pursue.
One Kuznetsov follow-up. If he clears waivers, would you be open to retaining salary on a trade, or does him being signed for next year make that?
Yeah, I think we're open to anything that gives him an opportunity to continue his career the way he wants to continue it.
TJ would have had 1,000 games last night, another injury. Anything you can tell us about how he's feeling, and do you think he'll be back in the lineup soon?
Yeah, I had concerns the same as anybody when you watch the whole situation unfold. But I see him yesterday working out in the weight room, and he looked pretty good actually. So I would anticipate that he's coming back here. I don't have a timeline for you, but I was surprised how well he looked in the weight room.
How much credit does Coach Carberry deserve for this team and where they are in the standings? It seems like he's doing a lot.
Yeah, he's done a great job, I think. If you look at our roster at the beginning of the year, with we had Nick, we had Kuzi. I think it shifted it's evolved into all of a sudden we have Lapierre last night, first line center. We got Strome second, Mikey, however you want to slot those guys. I mean, it's a different looking team, and it's played well here, since the break. So it's I give Spencer a lot of credit for that. How he's evolved it, how he's created a culture here for young guys to compete, to get better, holds them accountable, and he's engaged our older guys too. So it's a lot coaching.
What do you make of the goaltending situation? I want to say Charlie and Darcy have not played the same number of games. Charlie's been really good. Darcy's had some great games with some inconsistency. What have you seen?
Yeah, I think it's a function of Charlie playing really well. Elevating his status within our team and the league. I mean, I think it's shifted from Charlie's a 2 till he's a platoon guy or a 1A now, with his performance. So I think you have to, as a coaching staff, they have to reward his play. And if we're winning and he's playing well, you kind of have to stick with him until he does something different. Yeah. And you have to keep Kemper engaged too, because he's had good games and played well throughout the year too. So you got to balance a competitive situation as a team and reward guys for their play too.
You mentioned Nick Backstrom. Where's kind of his status in terms of being
Just status quo. We see him around here every so often. We took him on a road trip, and same.
Just one more thing on Kuzi. You said they asked for a change of scenery. Does that mean he wants to trade? Is that what you said?
I mean, he's looking for a change of scenery. Yeah.
Eric, when I look at social media, Brian Linder just scored 2 more goals. What have you made of how he's doing it?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting, I think,
Yeah.
for him and for, everybody in our organization. He's playing well. I mean, he's, interesting player. I mean, he provides a lot of things, the skill, the grit, the compete, skating. So we're excited for his season and looking forward to having him in the organization at some point.
When you say some point, I mean, with him playing as one of the best players in college hockey, I mean, when you have that conversation with him, do you maybe try to steer him to here?
No, I don't think. We don't want to interrupt his season. I mean, we have player development guys going in all the time and meeting with him. I don't think it's we want you to turn pro.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll assess with his agent. We'll talk to him at the end of the year and talk about the year and where he's at and make a decision based on that. It'll be a lot in his hands, in my opinion, on what he wants to do. Does he want to go back for another year or does he want to turn pro? We'll accommodate his wishes.
When you look at him, does he look like a guy who could play at this level, next year?
He looked at rookie camp. He looked like he could play.
Okay, I got you.
In my mind.
I got you. Oh yeah, Scarbosa. Does he have to go through waivers now, and how does he get on the clear day?
He would if we'd have to get him down and up before the deadline for him to go back at the end of the year.
So what are you guys thinking then?
We'll get to the deadline and see where we're at roster-wise. I mean, I really like the way he's played here. Provided a lot of energy, stability to our group. So, I mean, we're going to have to make a decision come deadline day whether we want to keep him or not.